coming off our last game, I thought our guys did a great job as a team. Really in the last 3.5 games, guys are playing real well. Both ends of the floor sharing the basketball. Our bigs are doing a great job rebounding. Guards doing a great job penetration. With our dribble penetration, pitching the basketball, attacking off the dribble. And it's just fun to watch on both ends of the floor. I think they're really taking pride in defending as a team. Not just one or two guys, but I think as a team they're taking pride in. The thing we talk about all the time as a staff, defense is actually fun when you do it at a high level because you see the results behind it. When you keep teams from scoring consistently, but just a great effort. Guys are playing. I thought Jerron, down the stretch these last 4 or 5 games, is really defending, rebounding. And I think the thing he's done a great job of, and he does it in practice, keeping balls alive, tipping long rebounds if he can't get his hand on them, which is just a great job. He might not get the rebound for, but just a tremendous job of keeping the ball alive. And Jarnell, again, at a high level, I think his confidence just has changed. His approach has changed from the standpoint he feels like he can dominate games. He feels like when he demands the ball and making plays. And Joel McRae, even though he hadn't scored it as much the last 3 games, I think his whole floor game has gotten better as a basketball player. And the thing we talk about all the time, it's never too late to get better. And I think even with his defense, he's gotten better. As we talked about the Auburn game and the Mizzou game, and those 2 games, you're talking about teams with really good guard play, tremendous scores on the perimeter. And I thought our guards did a great job accepting those challenges. And I think Jerron and Jarnell collectively are doing a great job in defending, protecting the lane with their ball screen defense, really moving their feet. And it's fun to watch them as a team.
As far as stopping the penetration, how much of that do you also attribute to your big men being able to stop it as well?
I think it starts with the guard also, but those bigs have to move their feet and just be big because again, with the new rule, and I do think the game is being played a little more physical down the stretch of the season, which is great. I think with the new rule, you can have a tendency to be a little hesitant on defense because you don't want to get a foul on you. But I think those guys are doing a great job at moving their feet and being big and being physical. But it's also the trust factor as a guard when you follow a little guy in a certain area, you want your big to be there. It's his job to be there. And as a big, when you make a rotation, there has to be somebody behind you to protect. And I think the trust level is going up with our guys on the floor.
As you talk about guys, some of your players not all of them have a defensive DNA. Josh, I think, was proud of slowing down Vincent. I imagine he was proud of having to play defensively on Saturday too. Is he one of those guys that does have that kind of DNA that you see?
Yeah, and Josh just a basketball guy, whatever it takes to win games. And I do think he has another level to him offensively. And I will say in the past, I think since the Mississippi State game, I think he's defending at an elite level. And I thought he's always a good defender. I thought he's our defensive stopper. But I think now he's on pace to be an elite defender when you can shut guys down. I mean, those type of scores, it's not easy. And again, with the new rule, and I got to give credit where it's due because you got to be careful. You can't hand check as much. When you're able to guard guys like that at the level for so many minutes, it's fun to watch and it's impressive.
How much of the job that you guys did on Vincent and Brown were just Josh, or was there's a team element too as well?
Well, anytime you have a great defender, obviously there's guys involved. Because when you take Denson, for example, he's a guy that does a great job attacking off the dribble. Well, you have to funnel them to a direction with our scouting assignments. Now, with that being said, those guys are supposed to be on the backside with your help. They have to be there. So obviously they did a great job in helping. Then we talk about Brown, a guy that does a tremendous job of coming off down screens, catching and shooting. Well, if you watch on film, every time there's a catch, Josh trails, there's 2 guys before Josh gets to him hovering around the ball. So you have to take a tough shot or pass it. So I think with great defenders, there has to be a tremendous amount of team help. Yeah.
The past few days, or I guess after the game, Jarnell Stokes said it was the past few games been the first time in his life he's ever had fun playing defense. I'm wondering how long that process has been to get him to the fact where he enjoys playing defense.
Well, I've been trying since he stepped on campus. I think more than anything it's the results behind what he's seeing. Because I think he's done a good job defending this season, probably his best job since he's been in the program. But I think He's getting lower defensively. He's moving. He's cutting off the baseline. So he's doing a lot of those things at a high level, better than he's done in the past. And I think in Jarnell's case, like most guys, because as a big guy, when you're constantly making moves, you're cutting baselines off, you're helping in ball screen, your guy's diving, you don't want your guy scoring the basket on you. Even though you helped on the ball, your guy dives to the basket, he scores. Well, at the end of the day, it says Jarnell Mann had 15 points. Now, it might have been only 7 scored when he was defending them, but because of help and rotations, things like that happen. So he might be thinking, man, I'm afraid to help. I don't want to help because I don't want my guy scoring on me. So, and it's just a case of really, man, you got to give it up to your team. And I think each one of our guys has done a great job of helping the other guy.